Actually, a few minutes ago, we were outside. We were trying a different setup for vocals on one of the songs on the record called Shell with No Soul. And there's a courtyard outside that's very, big walls around it. It's very boomy and it's, loud and echoey and stuff. So we just thought it would be a great vibe to try singing in that environment. So that's what we did. And it actually turned out pretty cool. So
try singing?
What?
You said try singing.
Right. Singing outside is quite a bit different than singing in a little vocal booth where it's just you and the producer and it's super quiet and nobody else is hearing it. The weirdest thing about singing outside is, there's a lot of apartments right there, and there's, the streets right there. And so the only thing that I was thinking is that a lot of people are hearing me scream at the top of my lungs right now, and that was a little bit awkward at first. I just closed my eyes and I sang, and it actually sounded pretty good. So I think, anyway.
We recorded outside because we wanted to, we just wanted to have a different sound on that song. We wanted also to see what would happen to the neighborhood when they heard him screaming at the top of his lungs. Also, I love the way the echo is out there in the courtyard. It's a real echo. It's not fake, and it comes through the microphone. You can hear the birds twittering and all kinds of stuff. So it was just, and also I wanted to give him a different vibe. Out there, he sang probably a little harder than he normally would have sung, but that was the kind of song we had for that anyway. He wasn't sort of in a little room, he was in a big, huge open space. So it was almost like doing a live show in front of a lot of people. And that was kind of what we were trying to do with that.
This song's just about, somebody in your life that's really important to you that has left you, and you're just basically just hurting without them, is very simply what the song's about. All right, I'm good.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Always good to have 2 takes of everything,
Living in a world so cold, wasting away. Living in a shell with no soul, since you've gone away. Living in a world so cold.
That's his vocals right there. That's our background vocals. Actually, that's our other vocal takes. Those are our backgrounds and our various background stuff. Guitars.
Who the f*** is that? What? What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You say you suck for money. Yeah, absolutely you do. The crew that we have and the producer that we have and the engineers and the guitar techs and everybody, they're really, really good at the job. So they're always I'm always impressed every day I come in and see somebody doing something different. It's, I was cutting vocals for a song called Last to Know, which is it's got a dark vibe, like a really painful sort of vibe to it. And I was doing the vocals and I was standing up doing, just singing the way I normally do. And Howard, our producer, suggested that I try singing the song laying down on the floor.
The lying on the back was actually amazing. I mean, I think that's a big difference in the way he sang. We kind of borrowed that from the Beatles with Revolution. We kind of, I had known about that they had done that, so I wanted to try that with him. He's been very cool about everything, Adam. He really works hard and he tries anything to get the best performance.
So I just basically laid down on the floor and the mic was hanging, above me, and I just had my eyes closed and I sang the whole song, and it turned out really, really cool. So I was pretty impressed with that, just that idea.
What I needed him to do was just to sound different than he normally sounds on something that was a quiet song. So his voice sounded different. It just sounded, I can't explain what it is, it was just different.
She just walked away. Why didn't she tell me? And where do I go tonight? This isn't happening to me. This can't be happening to me. Well, this record is our third actual, full-length record.
On this record, we've really kind of just pushed ourselves musically, first of all. We know what we're getting ourselves into, and we know what we want, and we know what it takes to make a great record, And I think just from experience, this isn't our, first rodeo this time around, so.
Yeah, and I think, like, we've seen a lot of shit over the last 5 years. And, we've gone through a lot of hard stuff. And I think, too, this last couple of years, we've probably seen more hardships in our personal lives as well. And I think, that definitely affects how we write. And I think it does make it real, because it means something.
For this record, I think it's the same as this band has always been. It's about people relating to, the lyrics that we write and things that we've been through, whether it's painful, whether it's good feelings or whatever, and that's what this band's always been about, so that's never going to change.
There's some really good tones on this record, we're trying to experiment a little bit with different things, and it's cool when you kind of hear it all come together. It sounds great.
This time around, we're definitely playing a lot more. This record, there's lots of cool drum fills and solos and harmony guitars, and where Adam and I are playing, against each other a lot.
It's a lot jammier, actually. We go off into, like, musical tangents a lot more on this record. And we realize now, when we go play shows, like, we've got time. We don't have to do the half-hour power. So we can write longer songs. We can make parts that we could jam on for 10 minutes if we want to, People are into that. Our
ultimate goal is to, make new music that we can play live every day, because I think, for us, it's the passion is playing live and going to new cities every day and just playing in front of new people and, hopefully gaining a few new fans and taking it where we haven't gone before.
A lot of people ask us, a third record, whatever, but they said the same thing about the second record. Second record, man, second record. They always ask us if we were getting psyched out, and then I realized those are the people that are actually trying to psych you out.
Right now, I think we're all feeling great about this record. I definitely feel for me that I think it's going to be our best record, It's just, we're experimenting a lot, we're playing a lot more, we're just trying different ideas, and the songs are really great, so.
Yeah, everybody stepped up.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
This is one of the most exciting times in our lives, definitely just, I think as you get older, you're able to take in just the experience a little more and exactly what's happening around you and appreciate that a little more, Don't have the blinders on so much,
It's going to be a success. We know it is for us because we've sort of, we've grown as a band, and this record's really, we're all excited about it, and it's really cool, and we really love the song. So for us, it's been a success, commercially and stuff, and who knows.
The definition of success for us, I think, is being able to continue what we do, because we've got great jobs. These aren't jobs. This is like our lives. We'll drive this big ship of art.
That's the new album title.
The ship of art.
Ship of art.
We drive this art ship. And she ain't easy to drive.
First single, Art Ship. We're going to take this art ship.
We're taking this art ship to places we've never been before.
Art Ship. I like that. Art Ship.
It's either a Mercedes-Benz or a shopping cart. Those are the vehicles of choice in this alley. Well, definitely this city has a different vibe. Walk down one street and it's amazing. Multicultural, open-minded, really vibrant scene, and then you go in the alley behind and you see a lot of hopelessness and lost people, and this city is a really good example of like a social commentary. I think you kind of see everything in it, in its entirety. Even if we sat out here long enough, we'd see some interesting things. We'd see some highs and lows. I think that there's a there's just I don't know whether it's a West Coast thing, you know. I'm not a West Coast guy, but every time I come out here, it's like there's something in the air, and there's just something in the demeanor of people, and there's something eerie out here, which is actually a cool environment for making a record, you know. Like, I think it's important to have chaos and weirdness and uneasiness when you're making a record. If you're just copacetic and everything's just great, then like that doesn't make for a really interesting hard rock record, you know. And so yeah, the tension and the uneasiness and the sort of the weird and the smell, you know, like get that into you. Smell this alley, you know. Does not make you want to go rock. You know? Smell of urine. Well, the SWAT team was a kind of a weird 45 minutes. It was just like any other night. We were coming back from the studio from here. We got back and there was just this big operation going on in front of my building, and there was a couple guys getting like double barrel shotguns out of the trunk. And anyways, so I went up and asked, like, am I able to get in here, or should I just take a minute? Or he's like, are you in here? I'm like, yeah, this is my building or whatever. And he said, you got a set of keys, right? I'm like, yeah, I got a set of keys. I'm like, we're gonna need those keys right now. Okay, so I'm like, okay. I'd like to go up to my place if that's cool. So into the elevator we get, they said, yeah, we'll drop you off or whatever. And two guys with shotguns, you know. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty 4, so I was kind of like,
you were ready.
I could, yeah. I think I would have brought something to the table for them. You know what I mean?
Didn't you call 911 or something?
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell that part of the story.
Oh.
All right. I needed my fucking keys back, right? These guys have my key, and I wasn't, you know, I was planning on I was going to go get some dinner, and you can't, you know, at the building, you got to buzz it in, right? You can't get up downstairs, so I'm sitting there and waiting, and I wanted to leave. I was starving. So I called non-emergency, Vancouver police station. I was just gonna tell them, you know, you got a operation upstairs, and they got my keys, and I didn't know, because, you know, I'm sure I wasn't the priority. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was closed. They said, you know, if you need to contact, just call 911. You know, so I fucking gave her a dingle, and they picked right up. It was like, yeah, like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I was like, this is not a huge emergency, you know, there's a thing going on upstairs. She was actually quite nice, you know.
Fucking hungry.
Yeah, I'm starving. And, you know, I didn't want it. Last thing I want to do is like tie up the line, so I was quick. I said, listen, I just want to, you know, get to the bottom of it, because I'm kind of trapped. I'm trapped in my apartment, you know what I mean? I should have opened with that. I'm trapped inside my apartment. No, I just can't get out because I can't get back in, you know. And so yeah, he came down and said, hey, no problem, right on. There's your keys, and I think we went out for a steak or something.
Yeah, something like that.